a truth bomb for you. It is not public speaking or going up and starting a conversation with somebody that scares you. It is something else. So whether it's giving a presentation or striking up a conversation at a networking event, the real fear runs much deeper. But the good news is that once you understand what is actually going on, you can start to take back control. So make sure that you stick around in this video, because I'm not only going to help you shift that fear, but I'm also going to share with you some practical tools to help you connect in any situation. So let's get started. So let's be honest. It's not the speaking or the conversation that really scares you. You might think that it is, but it's not. What you're scared of is the fear of what might happen when you open up your mouth. You're worried about saying the wrong thing. You're worried about freezing. You're worried about coming across as awkward, maybe running out of things to say. Now, in a one-on-one conversation, you might feel like you're being judged, or worse still, they might think that you are somebody who is not worth talking to. But that fear, it isn't new. It's ancient, it's old. Back when we lived in tribes, survival meant fitting in. Being cast out of the group was dangerous. It meant fending for yourself in the wild. So we learned to avoid anything that might have us risking rejection. And if you fast forward to today, that same fear is still whispering in your ear. Don't stand out. Don't risk being judged. Don't say something that people might laugh. But the problem is that fear is out of date. In modern life, conversations, they're not about survival, they're about connection, they're about growth, and they're about opportunity. But our brains, they haven't caught up. Now, I know this fear well. Years ago, when I started working as a mentalist on cruise ships, I'd feel it every night. Before I stepped up on that stage, I'd be pacing around backstage, worrying about, well, what if I mess up? What if I forget my words? What if somebody catches me out in the middle of the show and shouts something out in front of 700 people? And this fear, it wasn't just when I was on stage. I'd also feel it at networking events too. Walking into a room full of strangers, trying to find the right thing to say to be able to spark up a conversation with a room full of people that I didn't know in an industry that I didn't know. And I remember very vividly, one night I was standing side of the stage before a performance. This was on a cruise ship. And I had this realization that it wasn't about me. What if I focus on them? What if I focus on making sure that the audience has this amazing experience, this amazing time? Or maybe the person that I'm talking to, what if they feel seen or they feel valued? That moment changed everything for me. On stage, I stopped performing for approval and I started performing for connection instead. Now, what I also found was that in conversations, I stopped worrying about saying the perfect thing, and instead I focused on listening and being genuinely curious about the other person. Now, not only did this shrink the fear, but the conversations and my time on stage and in the conversations at networking events, they became more fun, both for me and also for the people who were either in the audience or the person or the people that I were talking to. So here's the secret. The fear of judgment that you feel in conversations or delivering a presentation or when you're having to stand up in a meeting, it's not real. It's a fear, get this, it's a fear of a picture that you have created inside your head based upon guesses, based upon maybe some past experiences. Let me say that again. The fear that you have in your head, it is not real. It is a fear of a picture that you have created inside your head based upon guesses, which, if you really think about it, is quite ridiculous. You are not scared of having a conversation. You are scared about your thoughts about having a conversation. You see, most people, they aren't judging you. They're too busy thinking about themselves. They're worrying about what they're going to say next, how they're being perceived, or whether they like the texture of light cheese. Now, Mark Twain said it best. You'll stop worrying about what people think about you when you realize how seldom they do. When you stop focusing on how you are coming across and instead you think about the person that you are speaking to, what are their needs? What's their experience? What's their perspective? Everything suddenly shifts. But let's not leave it there. I want to share some tools to help you handle these fears in real time. So the first thing is the what if reframe. Instead of thinking, well, what if I mess this up? What if I say the wrong thing? Instead, flip it. What if this conversation makes the other person's day? What if I make them feel awesome about themselves? You see, focusing on them, it shifts the pressure off of you. Second thing is the power of curiosity. In one-on-one conversations, your secret weapon is being interested. Now notice that I said being interested and not interesting. Try something like, what's been the highlight of your week so far? Or what exciting things are you working on? Or what's the most exciting place that you've ever been to in the world? It's open-ended, it's positive, and it gets them talking about themselves, which makes them interesting. The next thing is be aware of your breathing. If you get nervous before a conversation or a meeting, this can have a huge impact on your breath. So focus on calm, smooth breathing. When we're nervous, our breathing rate, it changes. It might start to speed up, it might change location. And this happens without us even being aware. But by simply focusing on some slow, calm breaths, even just focusing on the feeling of the air coming up into your nose and just the sort of calmness of you breathing it out is going to help you calm yourself down. The next thing is be okay with silence. Your conversations, they don't need to be this constant stream of words that are coming out of your mouth. If there is a pause, then just smile. Give them time to respond. It shows that you're comfortable, which puts them at ease too. And then visualize success. Before you approach someone, just picture it going well. Imagine them smiling, imagine them nodding and engaging with you. Your brain loves a good mental rehearsal, and this builds your confidence. And let's give you one more thing. That is, start small and build big. If big conversations feel really daunting for you, start with smaller ones. Chat with the barista next time you're at the coffee shop. Make a comment to a colleague or strike up a really short conversation with someone at the gym. Remember, small conversations are the building blocks to big opportunities. I've worked with people who thought that they would never enjoy public speaking or networking, and that's everyone from business owners to executives. And they've used these tools to turn their fear into confidence. And the best part is these techniques, they don't just help in presentations, they work for everyday interactions too. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Your fear of speaking, now whether that's to one person or to 100 people, this fear is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you care about making a good impression and creating a meaningful connection with others. And here's the good news. You already have what it takes to overcome this fear, to become a confident communicator. You have the ability to connect and inspire, and as my coach would say, leave people better than you found them. All of that power is already within you. These tools that I've shared here in this video, they're just the start to help you bring that confident version of yourself out. So if you're ready to level up your confidence in conversations, I've got something that is absolutely perfect for you. Below this video, there is a link to a free 15-minute break the ice training. And in this little training session, I'm going to show you exactly how to start a conversation with absolutely anybody, anywhere, whether you're networking, whether you're meeting somebody new, or maybe you're just trying to make a good impression on a first date. Now, it's especially perfect for those of you who find networking about as comfortable as a pillow in a one-star motel. If you'd like it, it is yours for free. All you gotta do is click the link in the description, grab your free training, and take that first step towards turning your awkward interactions into opportunities. Trust me, once you learn these skills, everything changes. I'll see you in the training, or I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.